Welcome, and let us solve this equation together. We have root of x plus 4 minus root of x minus 1 is equal to 1. And the solution of x must be a real number. So let us first of all see the range within which we must find x. So if this has to be a real number, then the value under the root, that is x plus 4, must be equal to or greater than 0. And the same applies to the other one. X minus 1 must be greater than or equal to 0. So this means that if we take 4 to the other side of the inequality sign, then we should have that x must be greater than or equal to negative 4. And on this side, x must be greater than or equal to 1. So we can illustrate this on a number line to see this range. So if we had the number line like this, and we have 0 there, then we have 1 here, and we have negative 4 on the left there, then we should be able to see that for this first part, x must be greater than or equal to negative 4. So it means we take the right hand side of negative 4. So it goes like that up to infinity. Then if we look at this, x must be greater than or equal to 1. So if we are at 1, then it should start from there and goes like that. So it means the range within which we must operate is from 1 to infinity. So our interval of operation is from 1 to positive infinity. So it means our value for x must be within this range. So let us go ahead and solve this. So we're going to have, we have x plus 4 under the root minus x minus 1 is equal to 1. So the first thing to do is to make sure that we are left with one radical on one side. So we can take this portion to the right so that we have x plus 4 under the root is equal to 1 plus the root of x minus 1. So now from this point, we can just decide to square both sides to get rid of the equal sign of the root sign on the left hand side. So we do the same to this side. So let us see what we get when we do that. So for the left hand side, this square will cancel the root so that we are left with x plus 4. But then on the right hand side, we can expand this using the quadratic identities. Remember, if you have a plus b squared, that is the same as a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So if we were to take that a is 1, then it means we'll have a, that is 1 squared, plus 2 times ab, that is times 1, times b, which is x minus 1, then plus b squared will be the root of x minus 1 squared. So if we simplify this, we're going to have x plus 4 is equal to 1 squared, which is 1, plus 2 times 1 times root of x minus 1, that is just 2 times the root of x minus 1, plus the root of x minus 1 squared is the same as just x minus 1, because the square will cancel the root sign. So now at this point, we just take all these other terms on one side, the ones that do not have a radical, or the ones that do not have a square root. So let us do that. So we have x, then we bring this other x to the left, so minus x, then we have plus 4, then we can take this one also, so minus 1, take this negative 1, so that is plus 1 is equal to now 2 root of x minus 1. So if we simplify the left hand side, x minus x is 0. 4 minus 1 plus 1 is 4. So we have 4 is equal to 2 root of x minus 1. So at this stage, we just square both sides. But before we square both sides, we can simplify, because you can see there's 2 and there's 4. So we can divide both sides by 2. So we say that is over 2, and this side is also over 2. So that what we are left with is 2, because 2 goes into 4 two times. So we are left with 2 is equal to the root of x minus 1. So we can go ahead and square both sides of this equation. So we have 2 squared is equal to that radical squared. So if we do that, we're going to have 4 is equal to, remember the square will cancel the root sign, so that we have x minus 1. If you collect like terms, we're going to have x is equal to 4 plus 1, meaning that x is equal to 5. So this is within our range. Remember, our restriction was between 1 and positive infinity, and 5 falls within that. So we can check this value. We can check if that is the right value of x. So remember, what we had was x plus 4 under the root minus x minus 1 is equal to 1. So now that we have the value of x to be 5, so we have 5 plus 4 under the root minus x, that is 5, minus 1, and let us see if that is equal to 1. So 5 plus 4 is 9. So we have the root of 9 minus 5 minus 1 is 4. Is that equal to 1? Let us see. So the root of 9 is 3 minus the root of 4, which is 2. And we see that that is equal to 1. Therefore, it is true that x is equal to 5. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe.